The next thing in cold calling would be door knocking. Now this is good for foreclosures, but you can, if you like a neighborhood, you can do the old, hey, I was talking to Joe down the block. Did anyone ever had someone come up to the door and try to sell them something? All the time, right? Everything from punch your lawn to, here's the Book of Mormon. All right? So, and they all have a commonality the way they sell. I was talking to your neighbors over there, and they bought because they want people to be part of a crowd. That's the sales mentality. So same thing, you start with, hey, I was talking to Joe down the block, and they don't know Joe down the block. Nobody knows anybody except for themselves and the neighbor next door, right? Well, I got busted on that one. Which house? Joe? Joe who? I don't know any Joe. The house over there. Like the brown house next to the green one. That one? No, the one. But most times people don't know who Joe is. So your neighbor Joe down the block said that you might know some people in this neighborhood who are looking to sell a house because my wife and I are really looking to buy a house in this neighborhood. Same conversation, like we're going to be neighbors. Oh, yeah, so-and-so over there tried selling his house for like 2 years and he couldn't sell it, or so-and-so just died, or it takes a lot of door knocking to get that. And it's a little friendlier because they're not in foreclosure, you're not addressing a difficult issue, so you can try that, just practicing your skills and getting good at it. Once you get good at it, then you can go knock on foreclosure doors, because those are the tough ones. Those are the tough ones. First of all, dress appropriately. Not too nice and not too sloppy. You want to look professional, but not a suit, especially in a lower-end neighborhood. Okay? Khakis, like Joe's got that shirt with his company name on it, perfect. Or like a polo shirt that has your company logo on it, perfect. Okay? Go at different times because the odds of catching someone at home are about 3 in 10. Okay? So go at different times. Try the same, get a list of foreclosure people in a certain neighborhood, knock on the door Saturday morning, Tuesday afternoon, Friday early. Try for like 2 or 3 different times to see if you can catch them in. Most times you won't. Bring in a partner of the opposite sex with you. That takes people, especially if you're a guy. Because if there's a woman at the door and you're a dude knocking, strange dude knocking, they don't want to let you in, and for good reason. Okay? But if it's the opposite, if you're a female and there's a dude, he's like, hey, female. I haven't had one of those in my house in a long time. They're going to be a lot nicer. However, if you're a couple, it's less intimidating because most people don't think of being scammed by a couple. They're being scammed by a man for sure. Less so a woman, less so a couple. Or 2 women is fine too. Just when there's more than one person, it just seems a little less intimidating to people for some reason. Okay, so if you're a dude and you don't have a wife, hire an escort or something, or joking. Just hire a not very good-looking escort. Just one that's passable for your wife, because it'll be cheaper. And then your wife won't get mad that you hired an escort, because she's not a good-looking escort. Have a handout ready, something to hand them. I found that as soon as I open they open the door, if I have something in my hand, they're curious as to what it is. And some people do the business card. I don't know. Most people, you don't want them to distract from what you're saying because they're going to look at your business card. But one of the things I found very effective is I had used to go door knocking with a foreclosure timeline. And it was just on a legal size paper. It was laminated and had like the stages of the foreclosure process. And I had it in my hand, and I'd say, first of all, if you knock on the door and say, are you Mr. Smith? I understand you're in foreclosure, and we'd like to help out. 9 times out of 10, they're going to deny it. They're embarrassed. You just embarrassed them, and they're going to say, no, I got that taken care of. I don't know what you're talking about. That's not a problem. I already talked to someone about it. It's already fixed. Don't do that, because you're just going to humiliate them. You want to get on their side. So first thing that I found the best way to say it is, are you Bob Jones? Hey, Bob. My name's Bill, and I understand your neighbor Joe over there told me you're having a problem with your bank. You bet I'm having a problem with my bank. That's different. Then he gets pissed. Better to be pissed than embarrassed. But he's not pissed at you. Who's he pissed at? The bank. Well, Joe, maybe we can sit down and figure out something we can do with this bank. Let me ask you a question. Has anyone ever explained the foreclosure process to you, like the timelines? And I flip it over and it says, and all the different options you have. And just as he starts to peek, I put it into my bag. because he wants to grab it and look at it. No. Put it in the bag, say, you know what? Do you have 15 or 20 minutes sometime later this week? We can sit down, you and your wife, and we can discuss, what to expect and what your options are, and see if there's anything we can do to get you through this problem. No pressure. So I'm not trying to force my way in the house and get him to sign the deed. You can't do that legally anyway anymore because of the foreclosure protection laws. So the only purpose of the conversation is to do what? Get the appointment. Now, I said it was 15 to 20 minutes. That's the only time in business it's acceptable to lie. How long the sales call is going to take. Because it's not going to be 15 to 20 minutes. It's going to be an hour and a half. But if I said, listen, Joe, you got an hour and a half on Thursday to go talk about your problem? So it's okay to say 15 or 20 minutes because you know it's not going to be 15 or 20 minutes. If you don't think that's okay to lie about, then don't. Tell them it's an hour and a half and see what happens. It may last 15 or 20 minutes, who knows? So, no pressure. I softened the conversation. I didn't embarrass him. I got him curious about the process, and he started looking, and I put it away. And then I'll bring that with me to explain. Because if you hand him something, they'll say, well, give me that, and I'll look at it and call you back. Bye-bye. Never hear from you again. Now, have a memorized pitch, though. You should practice it, test it, something that's be yourself, but you need to memorize that first 15 seconds, because you got 15 seconds to get the door slammed in your face. Most people don't do that, by the way. I've never had my door, someone slam the door in my face. I've had people say, listen, I'm not interested, and then close the door. But I had no one slam the door in my face. Anyone ever had their door slammed, or someone pull out a shotgun? You had a shotgun pulled on you? Well, you were from Texas. That's different. Everybody has a shotgun in Texas.
I had somebody let his German Shepherd out after me.
Wow.
That was one the day before the sale. I was just trying to preview the house.
You were just trying to preview the house?
Through the window?
Well, I knocked on the door.
He just opened the door and let the dog after
He
you?
ran to the back to get his dog. He said, I'm letting my dog out. He did.
Oh, well. At least he warned you. But I found most people, probably 80% of the time, as long as you don't embarrass them with the foreclosure thing, most people are pretty nice. And you know what the odd thing is? 80% of the time, nobody else has knocked on their door. Most people don't do that. They mail letters, and they get no response, and they give up. So if you're going to do foreclosures, if you're going to do a mailer, follow it up with a door knock. Now, 90% of the time, I don't say 90% of the time, maybe 70% of the time, they're not going to be home, or they're not going to answer the door. Don't leave your business card, and don't leave a brochure. They're going to throw it out. You leave a Post-it note, a yellow Post-it note. It said, Joe, Bill here, need to talk, number. They don't know what it's about, and it's personalized. In fact, you may want to pay someone to just slap those Post-it notes before you even go out knocking, if you're too lazy to go out knocking, and see who calls. And people call it. What's this about? I'm not sure. Who are you? Help me out. That's an old sales ploy. Look vulnerable, like you're in trouble. People want to help. Say, geez, I got your number on my desk, Joe. And for the life of me, I can't remember where I got it from. I'm really embarrassed. My boss is going to kill me. Can you help me out here? How did I get your number? I don't know. Well, did you call on one of my letters or something? No. Do you have a house? Yeah. You have a problem with your bank? Yeah. Oh, help me out here. Did we talk? And all of a sudden he's helping you out, he's talking to you, and he feels bad for you because you're the victim in distress. It's amazing when you do that. People do respond to that, as opposed to coming off strong and slick and commanding. People get intimidated by that. When you're in trouble, they get less intimidated and they want to help you. Does that make sense? And the personalized Post-it, that works. I found really well. If you're going to leave something, leave a Post-it. Don't leave anything else. We've tried door hangers, tried brochures, tried business cards. Nobody calls back. Post-its, they call. A lot of people do call on the Post-it.